Did you buy a standing desk then sat most of the day? That's not surprising. Like many, you may have gotten tired faster or it's too much work to swap between sitting and standing. There's many seats that help you stand, and I found the one that makes standing more comfortable and easier than anything else I've tested so far. This is Ergo Impact's Lean Right. It supports you by letting you quickly move between leaning, perching, and sitting in seconds. Leaning is what makes this seat great. You have a backrest that makes it simple to get into a comfortable position. When you do get tired, you can lower the seat into perching and sitting positions that support you even more. In comparison, nearly all standing seats are stools. They work, but can be uncomfortable to use for more than an hour or two at a time. The Lean Right is the only standing seat I think you can use comfortably all day, but there are a few things to consider, including its $600 price tag, and how its hard seat is not designed for long-term sitting. In spite of that, the Lean Right is still my top pick for anyone who wants to work more comfortably at a standing desk. For disclosure, I bought this chair with my own money and have been using it for 6 months. I did a lot of research and testing, rejected many seats to pick this one. This is not a sponsored review. With that out of the way, my name is Andrew, and let's dig in. The Lean Right is very simple to use. Starting with height adjustment, there's a lever and foot pedal that controls the two gas pistons. You can raise the seat from 22.5 to 46 inches, which Ergo Impact says will fit everyone from 5 feet to 6'5", which is impressive. You can tilt the seat between vertical, 45 degrees, and horizontal by lifting the lever on the other side of the seat. By using a combination of these levers, you can change positions in seconds, which makes it more likely you'll move between active and resting postures, which can improve your focus and comfort. Overall, I stood much more compared to using a standing mat and had less aches and pains at the end of my workday. Let's talk about what using the Lean Right feels like. First, you can simply stand by stepping a few inches away from the seat. The anti-fatigue mat is supportive and comfortable. It's firmer in a good way, on par with the popular ergo-driven Topo. From here, you can lean and there are a few positions. The wall is where I lay back against a vertical seat. In the lumbar lean, I tilt and lower the seat flat against my low back. I like this position more as I can stretch, move around, plus I have an armrest. The cushioning was a good balance between supportive and soft, while the seat's curled edge ensured it didn't dig into my back. It was also stable as it has a clever design using your body weight to anchor it down. You could also reverse the seat and lean forward. This is my favorite setup, and I could use positions suggested in the book Deskbound for better posture at your standing desk by mobility expert Dr. Kelly Starrett. It's a great read if you want to learn about workplace ergonomics. Digging through scientific literature, no one covered the ergonomics of leaning in the office. That's not surprising, as this is one of 2 chairs that has this feature. However, we do know that normal standing puts a strain on your lower back. As you get tired, your back arches and can cause pain. Leaning can take away that tension. Let's move to perching by lowering the seat, which lets me sit on the edge, or lower it further and sit closer to the middle for more support. From here, I can fully lower the seat into the sitting position. So, this is where you have to manage your expectations. It's not going to be like sitting in a chair. The Lean Right is 23.5 inches at its lowest position, which is too high up for most people to sit normally. The seat itself is quite firm, similar to a padded folding chair. It's also narrower than task chairs, but is flat, unlike many dome-shaped stools that have a small sitting surface. Ergo Impact recommends using a foam footrest, as you can push with your feet instead of just using your toes, and can raise your legs if you're short. I bought a $20 version, and the larger $40 Ergo Impact was sent to me for free. My thoughts, I had no problems using the seat without the footrest, but with one, improved the experience, especially if I wore socks, which made the seat extra slippery. The Ergo Impact version is better because it's larger and grippier than the cheaper version, which could slip in certain situations. Back to the Lean Right. Sitting was a good resting position, but it's not designed for you to stay here for more than an hour or two at a time, which is the point. The Lean Right is designed to help you stand more. In the beginning, you should expect to switch to your chair often. Think of the Lean Right as training wheels to help you transition from sitting all day to ease you into standing and moving more. It's going to take some time to figure out what works best for your body and for you to get stronger, but I think it's much easier than other seats on the market, like one of those active stools.
This is a good time to talk about other options so you can make a better buying decision and also understand how I chose the Leanrite over other chairs, starting with the $330 Perchrite.
As of December 2020, it's the only other leaning seat I could find. Think of it as a budget version of the Leanrite. The seat doesn't tilt and the build quality isn't as good. Ergo Impact sells this product, but they didn't make it. If you're interested, you can pause to learn more.
My take, if you must save money, this seat could be worth trying. But that's an opinion from the research and conversation with the CEO. I haven't tried the Perchrite yet, and I could be wrong.
If you're truly budget constrained, the $100 IKEA Lecullen is my pick. It looks like a regular stool, but the seat has a tilting mechanism that lets you perch and actively move while sitting. I find the Lecullen comfortable, stable, with great mobility. For $100, it's solidly built and looks modern. Plus, you can test it in-store before buying. However, the drawback is the lack of a backrest, making it easy to slump, and the firmer seat can make it harder to use for more than an hour or two at a time.
The Lecullen is a great value standing seat, but it takes a lot more effort to use it properly. See my full video review to learn more.
In comparison, the popular perching stools use a mechanism that tilts at the base. While the perching experience is similar, you can't sit down without tilting forward, so your legs are constantly engaged, which can tire you out. Get the Lecullen instead. Next is the $800 Hague Capisco. It's unique in that it lets you adopt perching, reverse saddle, and other upright positions while letting you sit normally when tired.
I've used it and found it comfortable. While it has more movement than a task chair, you are less likely to move throughout the day, which may be a good option for some people.
My friend Dave made a great review on this chair that I highly recommend if you're interested. Next up are active stools, also known as wobble stools. These have a rounded base that encourages movement and engages your core and balance. I'm a big fan as I can rest my feet while having fun and still move around, which helps me focus. If you like moving, this could be a great choice, but not something most people should get as their first active seat. These are popular and I like them under certain conditions, so I'll be creating a review in the future.
So you might notice, I don't only use the Leanrite, but all these seats, as each does something different for me. I do use the Leanrite most often, and would be my choice if I had to pick one.
Alright, let's look at the Leanrite's build quality. The Leanrite is a well-made and solid-feeling seat as it's mostly made of aluminum, including the solid metal base which provides excellent stability. I haven't seen any wear and tear on the seat or floor mat in the 6 months I've had the Leanrite. My seat did become loose over time, but that was fixed by tightening the screws and applying more thread locker. Even with all screws tight, there is a minor twisting motion in the column that you could feel when fidgeting, but I never had any issues with stability, and none of the online reviews had concerns either. This is backed by Leanrite's BIFMA certification from UL in durability, performance, and safety for office seating, which has specific tests for sit-stand seats. That includes testing the Leanrite's gas cylinder and loading the front of the seat with a 100-pound force for 100,000 cycles.
The downside to all this metal is the 39-pound weight. While I had no issues moving it around, some users reported a bit of a struggle.
To move it around the office, you have to tilt the chair on its rear wheels and roll it around. I found its large skateboard wheels made for a smooth experience. To make adjustments while using the Leanrite, you'll need to take your weight off first, which is less convenient than a chair.
While I don't see these two movements being an issue for most people, I'll leave that judgment to you.
If you do have issues, there's a lifetime warranty on everything except the seat cushion and floor mat, which is 3 years.
I'd like to talk about their rockstar customer service. 6 months ago, I had an issue with the gas piston. The CEO responded, and the entire seat was quickly replaced with shipping covered. That's before he knew I was making this review. I was just a regular customer, and in reading other reviews, nearly everyone has received the same great service. My only concern is the longevity of the company. I had a long conversation with the CEO, and Jonathan said many things that made me much more comfortable with recommending the Leanrite, including having a solid patent.
So, is the Leanrite worth $600? I think it is if you're looking for the best way to stand longer and more comfortably. You can also think of it as an investment in your health that's better than getting an Aeron chair.
If you're interested in this chair, I have links in the description below. Those are affiliate links, which helps with paying for the items used to make these reviews. I'd also recommend my video on why guitar footrests are a great way to stay focused and improve posture at your standing desk for only $13. And I'll start covering other topics like sleep and remote working. Hope you liked this video. I'll be answering questions in the comments. Thanks for watching. This is Andrew at Productivity Therapy.